It's ready. Come on.
Okay, hello, my name is Gabriela Vigalias Garcia, and now I talk about the benefits of traveling. We have always suspected that traveling is not only fun, it also make us more empathic, broader our perspectives, increase our knowledge, and allows us to interact with new people and culture, and makes you grow culturally, academically, and as a people, etc. And this is the benefits of traveling. The first is expanding life perspective. It's about traveling helps you to relativize and focus our life with better lenses. The second is ending the negative things habits. The regretted narrow middleness that we tend to have in our daily lives can be broke into pies thanks to the new stimuli that we encounter on the journey. No. Other is encounter with oneself. When we travel, we get out of the routine and connect more with ourselves. The different things. I know the nature, different new things. Reinforcement of psychological this talk about psychological strength, such an open mind or curiosity, case being able to change the be happy and fulfill ourselves in life. Other is expanding life perspective. I think this is very important because your traveling helps us to relatively and focus our life with better lens, and you know a different ideas and perspectives, and it's cool. And the negative things habits, the regretted and narrow midness that we tend to have in our daily lives and can be broken into base thanks to the new stimuli that we encounter on the journey. Sorry, I have a problem. Enhancement of positive emotions. Traveling increments of positive emotion, including the powerful pre-trip illusion, the travel, and overcoming fears. Traveling is the best antidote to worry and fears. The traveling gives us many benefits. As we see, it's just a matter of waiting to be part of this amazing growth opportunities, to know different things, cultures, and most things. And the world is a book, and those who do not travel read only one page and awaken your adventure side. It's anonymous. And that's all. Thank you.
Today we are talking about the revelation, the symbolize of the red lipstick. It's very interesting. So let's go. Wait. Little problems. So today the makeup is classic, and every woman or people it's to use every day. But this lipstick it have a very symbolized power to today's, and many women's actresses, singles use the symbolize to power and very powerful women. The red lip symbols fight for women's rights, and today we are talking about or explain why. Where's the symbolize come from? Well, this use began in 91, 92, I can't remember, with Elizabeth Arden, who bought cosmetic inspired empire in the United States, grabbed her famous red lipstick to suffragette the 108 to feminist, and as the symbol to solidarity and joined the demonstration or fight in Avenue in New York. We are pics with New York, the woman suffragist, and to Elizabeth Arden, the, how do you say, fundadora?
Founder.
Founder to this symbolized with the red lipstick. Today we are talking about some facts interesting with I read with the investigation, and the one is that's very funny. I think the Hitler hates red lipstick because the symbolize has a power to people for specific for women, and they don't like the idea, so they hated red lipstick. Not the color, the red lipstick. During the World War II, the Prime Minister United Kingdom, Winston Churchill, completely stopped the product of the domestic of the sex. The only exception is red lipstick because they comfort or it's accord to the ideas from the suffragists. They like and they support that ideas. In its beginning, red lips were only for prostitutes because highlights the parts of the body has considered immoral. This point the suffragette will use to support the idea of the power of woman, and the body it's me, not you. Okay. So it's that point is interesting. Coco Chanel, the very famous designer of moda, said if you're sad, put more lipstick and attack. And it's very interesting because you for woman, what's happened when you are sad and not the best day? You wake up and dress up and make up, and I really feel power, and I go to the war and whatever. So también the artists or actress or singles who use the red lipstick with knows the symbolize from woman It's for example, Emma Watson, Taylor Swift. Emma Watson, it's an actress, Taylor Swift, a singer, Mon Laferte, singer, and Daniel Espada, singer. So today, women around the world continue to legacy embroidering. They save by painting her lips red. Remember that feminist single lives on. It's that. It's so. Thanks for watching and see me.
Sonia Yomi. Can you see my presentation?
Yes.
Okay. He, for me, is a god among us. He, for me, is more than a normal person, not just for his talent, also because he's a person who used his problems at his favor to be one of the best musicians of the history. I'm gonna tell you it in my presentation. Well, who is Tony Iommi? He's a British guitarist. He's the legendary guitarist of the famous band called Black Sabbath. I think everybody knows Black Sabbath, no? For songs like Paranoid or Iron Man. Also, if you don't like rock and roll or heavy metal, you have listened that songs sometimes in your life. And this is the very first heavy metal band ever. And everything is the cause of an accident. Tony was born in Birmingham, England. In 1948, he grew up in a bad environment because that city was associated by a war. And that was an inspiration for the band to writing dark lyrics after. He formed Black Sabbath in 1967, with Bill Ward at the bass guitar, Ozzy Osbourne at the vocals, Geezer Butler at bass guitar, Bill Ward at drums, Ozzy Osbourne at vocals, and obviously him in the only guitar. In that years, the groups that was sounding in all the world was the Beatles, the Rolling Stones, Led Zeppelin, groups that had a happy sound, but they want to sound like a terror movie. So they decide to writing dark lyrics and have a heavy sound. One day, he was working in a steel factory and he had an accident. While we was operating a curing machine, they cut the lips of two fingers that he used to play guitar, fingers that he used to press the strings. So he thought he will never play the guitar again, and he was in a very hard depression. But months later, he made 2 plastic prostheses, but the most important thing was the modifications that he had to make in his guitar, because for he it was very hardly, and he had to lower the tension of his strings and increase the gain in his effects, and this give a very heavy sound. which gave rise to heavy metal. This was the very rise of this genre. Today, Tony is considered one of the best guitarists in all the history, in all the music, not just of heavy metal. And I consider him the really creator of many things. And for me, he's very admirable. He's my hero. And at last, let me show you a little taste of his great talent.
Let's go.
Okay. Well, as you know, my name is Ira. I'm going to present about Ashnikko, my favorite artist. So, well, to me, obviously, she's a goddess because I have been like Ashnikko fans since 2007. And so I didn't get tired of listening to her music, and I think she's awesome. Yeah. Well, her full name is Ashton Nicole Casey, and I think her artistic name is like fit her perfectly because it's like a conjunction of her real name, and because Ashton Nicole and is Ashnikko. And I think it's very cool. Well, she's an American singer, songwriter, and rapper. She's 26 years old, and well, she became famous when her song "Stupid" came to TikTok, and a lot of fans and other people started to make TikToks with that song. Also, when she had a song called Daisy, and it also make Ashnikko a little more famous because she makes her fans collaborate with the song and the musical video and all. I'm going to talk about a little bit of her music. To start, Ashnikko only have one musical video, no, one album, sorry, and it's called The Medieval. She released that album in 2021. I don't know. But she has already more famous, a lot more fame, but because of the other release AP, like Stupid and Daisy and Tantrum, yeah. And to start, Ashnikko's first song was Coco Drive, and she posted it on. I'm going to be honest, I already not listen to that song because it's on SoundCloud and I have SoundCloud. But I really listen to all her songs because I'm a little obsessed with her. Well, she don't have a lot of music, a lot of songs, but I think that every song is made with a specific taste, a little sparkle to make the songs special, and I don't know. Well, she have collaborations with another artists like Doja Cat, Baby Tate, and Jasmine Bean, and Brooke Candy. like a little collaboration with Doja Cat. Only she was a co-writer of her song Boss Bitch for Birds of Prey in the Suicide Squad. I don't know, Birds of Prey only. And yeah, well, some extra data I think is important when you listen to Shniko is because every year in Halloween she posts a song called Halloweeny, and she started publishing these songs in 28, I don't know, 2018, I don't know. When she realized the first Halloween, the fans really loved that song, and the next year, the fans asked her to continue publishing Halloween songs, and well, now we have 4 Halloweenies. Yeah, that's pretty songs. And well, I put some of my favorite songs. I think all the songs are my favorite, but I think these are special, like Money Attack, In Paradise with It, with Kelly's. This is one of the best collaboration she had. Toxic and the second Halloween. Here I have some troubles choosing the Halloween favorite for me because I really love the third Halloween song. But I think I love Pumpkin Spice the most. And especially on Little Boy. 4 of these songs, 2, 3, 5, and 6 are from the Medieval album. And well, I think it's very cool. And well, I think that's all. Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you. Well, I'm going just to present the Spanish Civil War. It's an interesting topic. So it started in July 17, 1936, and it ends in April 1st of 1939. It was a warlike conflict that ended, of course, in an economic crisis. Well, it was multifaceted because in the first place, we have that, and the most important problem was the class struggle. And the second place, we have religion war, because all the education that they want to teach was about religion. So it was like one of the conflicts. In the third place, we have the struggle between the military dictatorship and the Republican democracy, as well as fascism and communism. And well, in this war, we had 2 sides. One was the Republican side that was constituted around the government that formed the Popular Front, and it was made of the coalition of the Republican parties. In the other hand, we have the rebel side, and it was organized around a part of the military high command, institutionalized in the National Defense Board. And some months later, it was replaced to an appointment of Francisco Franco as a generalissimo and head of the state government. Well, we have some facts. In the first place, we have that both sides committed serious crimes. Of course, they weren't all good at all. And at the front of the rear, such as prisoner releases, walks, disappearance of people, and extrajudicial tribunals. Also, Franco's dictatorship severely condemned the criminal acts committed in the Republican zone. And facing possible defeat, Franco appealed to the Nazi Germany and fascist Italy to help them, So that was like the worst part of this civil war, because with the help of Nazi Germany and the fascist Italy, it was an awful position. Well, this is important because, as you can see in the map, we have red spots, and those red spots are graves in which the victims were buried. So also the crimes of the victors were never investigated or prosecuted, despite the fact that they were it was a genocide in which, in addition to the subverting and the international order, an attempt was made to exterminate the political opposition. So it was all wrong. Well, it was an international displacement of the Spanish refugees. In the first place, we have that many fell sick refugees elsewhere. Only a few countries such as Mexico and the Dominican Republic opened the doors to these refugees. And also, when the war ended, in Franco's victory, approximately 500,000 Spanish Republicans fell to France. And this was one of the worst parts, because those people were placed in prison, like Gors and City, Cypren, and Miles. Those were France prisons, and they traveled to another country to escape from a war, and they ended in a prison. So that was not fair. And in the other hand, we have that in 1940, Nazi authorities recruit Spanish Republicans for forced labor and deport more than 30,000 to Germany, where about half of them ended in concentration camps. So again, they escaped from one war and they ended in a concentration camp. So it was an awful ending. And about 7,000 of them were imprisoned at Mauthausen, and more than half of them died in the file. So it was a worse ending, and that's not fair. And well, I have a book recommendation for you if you like reading. The book is Días sin ti for Elvira Sastre. This is a novel, and it talks about this Spanish Civil War. It's really interesting, and take this topic like in another way, and you get involved in the story. So I recommend you, if you like reading. It's a really nice book. And well, that's all. Thank you.
Thanks a lot,